Digya, everybody, it's Brock, and we got a brand new episode of All About. Hope you all been having a good week, had a good weekend. Today we're learning all about the yellow blotch rabbitfish, or some other names for them as the orange spot rabbitfish. These are a great one to have in the tank. They get huge, and they can do really well in a bunch of different kinds of tanks. Now jumping right into it, prices on them, usually you'll see them going for about $80 to get one. A little bit higher up than your regular rabbitfish that you can get, but it's definitely because they have some gnarly colors on them that you can have running around in your tank. Tank size, I would definitely recommend about a 120. That gives you a good 6-foot long tank because they are very active swimmers once they're comfortable in the tank, and they also get pretty large. Care level, I would say moderate, mainly just because they can be very shy and they're less prone to eat at the beginning whenever you first get them in the new tank. So be patient with them. Feed them a whole bunch of different things during your first couple of weeks with them and try to help them get used to the tank. Temper, I would say peaceful, can even be shy at times like I was saying. Whenever they're first introduced into a new tank, it can take them a few months to get used to it and to come out and start swimming in the open like you see the one in the video. He's very comfortable, he's swimming around crazily, having a good time right in the front. Reef safe, I would say with caution, and really yes, they are 80% of the time safe in your reef. There have been rare occurrences where they are nipping at your LPS corals. Some of those more soft corals, they'll run around and eat on those. But the main times I've seen it happen is whenever they weren't being adequately fed and they just needed more food in their diet during the day so that they wouldn't go after your corals. So make sure you're feeding them plenty, keep their bellies full, and they will not be chasing down and eating on your corals. Now there have been other occurrences where if there's a coral that has been hurt and it starts growing algae on the side of it, usually like a brain, if it starts bleaching, usually that algae will come soon after and he will probably go after and pick off that algae. So just be careful with that. Temperature, I would say 72 to 78, DKH 8 to 12, pH 8.1 to 8.4, and your salinity 1.020 to 1.025. Max size, they can get a whopping 10 inches long. You know, it's almost a foot long fish in your tank, so it can get very large. So you definitely want to have plenty of room for this guy to swim around in. Now, as juveniles, they do come pretty small. You know, you can get one with 3 to 4 inches as a juvenile. But I'm telling you, they grow pretty fast, so you definitely want to have a nice sized tank. In case you do have a smaller one as him going in as a juvenile, you will definitely want to upgrade. Colors on them is definitely why everybody wants them. You get a really nice silver body with a blue highlight up at the top, and then of course those bright orange spots all over his body from the head to the tail. It is a very pretty fish swimming around in your tank. Diet, so they are an omnivore, but you definitely want to make sure you're feeding them plenty of algae. You can get some sea veggies and cut it into little squares and put them on a clip in the tank, and he'll eat on that throughout the day. And then also whenever you feed your fish, you know, flakes, pellets, frozen cubes like brown and mysis shrimp, they'll eat that as well. They're very hungry fish, but I'm telling you, definitely keep that algae in the tank so that he can eat on it constantly throughout the day, because that's going to keep their health up, keep their colors looking great, and it also just keeps them out and about swimming around. Origin, they do come from Indonesia and those surrounding islands over there. Compatibility, just ask. They can be housed with other types of rabbitfish and can even be paired with their own kinds. They do really well in predator tanks too because they do get so large, and they are also venomous. So their top fins can sting and will sting things whenever it comes into danger. So whenever you're handling these, putting them into your tank, please be very careful because they will be stressed and will use those fins and have them spread out. So definitely be careful whenever you have the net in there, or if you're just pouring the whole bag in there just to be safe, that will help too. But they are not going to chase you to actually sting you. Like if you're in there doing a water change, he's not going to purposely run and get you. But there are times where he's hiding in a cave and you're not paying attention and you reach behind that cave to get something. And if he was back there, you could run into a sting. So definitely be careful, figure out where he is before jumping into the tank, and you'll do just fine. You won't have to worry about it. Now, if he's in a predator tank, of course, he will do really well because he's so big, but he also will do good in other tanks like a reef tank. He's not going to be very territorial. He's not going to be aggressive towards your other fish. He's very peaceful, and can even do well in just a fish only tank with live rock. So he's kind of a jack of all trades on when going into your tank. Now, one other side thing to remember is if they are being very shy and you don't think they're eating enough, they're hiding back in their cave too many days in a row, a lot of times we'll try to give them pellets, because pellets will float to the bottom and that'll help him fall behind that cave that he's hiding in, and he can come eat those. And what we also like to do is put algae on a clip and actually put the clip beside the cave or as close as we can get him to where he's hiding. That way when lights go out, there's some algae back there, he can flip around, eat on that, and then go back into his cave. Just a couple of tricks to try to get him to get used to the tank and come out. Other than that, that pretty much hits on everything you need to know about the yellow blotch rabbitfish. He's a great one to have, a very good tank mate to your other fish, and also just comes with some very beautiful colors you can't find anywhere else. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check our other videos out. We got tons of them out there. If y'all have any more questions for me, please leave them down in the comments below or follow me on social media. I'll see y'all later. Hey everybody, it's Brock, and today's video is sponsored by Dream Team Forever. Make sure to check out our website as we just released the first ever All About tees that feature 30 fish and inverts from the series. Click the link in the description to get some for you and your family.